What's up, everybody? Hobby with Cage, episode 228. I scared some of you guys yesterday when I said sponsored by Arena Club and left out Bleecker. Well, here we are, July 2nd, sponsored by Bleecker, sponsored by Arena Club. Free content for you guys, thanks to those sponsors of the show. Fun stuff. I'll give you 5 minutes of hobby today. Where's my brain? Two things. Number one, I got to talk about the royalty. The WNBA Panini thing that started at $30,000 Dutch auction, ended at $3. It's funny because it doesn't make sense to me. None of it makes sense to me. But I find myself with the same kind of FOMO feeling that I talked about yesterday regarding missing out on certain cards that have gone up in value, and you name it. But this one here, it's the breakers make it look so enticing. Is that the way? Is that the word? They make it look so much better than it is because they break the cards. Everybody's pulling what they're showing you. Everybody's pulling Caitlin Clark. Everybody's pulling Caitlin Clark Gold Kaboom. Everybody's pulling Caitlin Clark RPAs just all over the place, and people are making offers for them, hundreds of thousands of dollars. I saw one where I think it was Collector's Guru, whatever the friggin' know. It's weird. I think it's like a Topps account, but obviously he was posting about Panini stuff, and what he showed was one breaker opened 50 boxes, and here's what the 50 boxes, and he's like, hundreds of thousands of dollars on the table, if not over $1 million worth of, and it's Caitlin Clark's all over the place, something like 50 boxes, like 40 something Caitlin Clark cards, and all right, well, if it was $3,000 a box and it's 50 boxes, that's $150,000, and he's saying there's hundreds of thousands, if not $1 million worth of cards. Well, why didn't everybody buy them? You know what I mean? So you see that, and then you watch all these people running around, the backyard guys throwing themselves in garbage pails, dressing up like Nacho Libre, and every breaker, posting these massive hits, and the Caitlin Clark Gold Kaboom, someone's offered 60. Oh, the chat, there's 70 grand for it, and you're seeing these things, just it's amazing. You find yourself like you could have bought it. I was like, I don't want that. But now you're like, oh, wow. Resist that. Realize that, like everything else in the hobby, we've seen this movie before. Remember, this is what happened with the Mercury boxes. Wemby, a little different, licensed, non-licensed, all that stuff. But it's what happened with those Mercury boxes in the first couple of weeks. The breakers were going crazy on them. They sold for a specific price, $8,000. But if you look at the breaks, they were selling, $11,000, $12,000. It's nuts what these guys, what they do with the breaks. That's an episode for another day, how confusing breaks are. I'm not an idiot, but I go into these breaks sometimes thinking, oh, let me look at a Dynasty Baseball box. I'll get in, let me buy a team. Sometimes you can't buy a team. Serial number, randomize, I don't even know what the hell they're doing. It's an interesting thing to watch. But if you watch those Mercuries, man, after the first couple of weeks when the breakers stopped, making a killing on them and the cards came out, let me tell you something. The price dropped like a stone. And this is going to be even worse because it's almost like a Chronicles product, which I kind of like, but it's Chronicles on crack because they took, instead of what you would normally have like a hobby product cycle and you'd have National Treasures come out, people would slowly open that up and the hits would come on eBay, they'd come to auction houses, then Flawless could come out and Prism could come out and Revolution could come out and whatever the Kabooms would be able to come out and Immaculate would come out. And that's over the course of a year. And these hits come out. Instead, now you have all of them being hit in the first week. I think almost all of the 10 gold Kabooms have been hit. The green Kaboom Caitlin cards have been hit, and you have the RPAs at a 49, RPAs at a 99, National Treasures. I left out National Treasures, and that's going to be RPAs up the wazoo on those. It is as much demand as there is for this player. The amount of supply that is going to hit the market in the next couple of weeks is something we've never seen before. It is way more than Mercury for Wemby. It's more than anything we've ever seen. Because they basically just dropped every release all in one release. It's going to be very interesting to see. And if you're able to fight through some of the FOMO and you're able to kind of, relax for a minute and kind of be patient and wait it out, I think you'd be happy. You might not be able to get the green one of one kaboom because that, only one person can own that, but these other cards, I think you'd probably be able to get. And that, leads me to the second part. I might have to do another episode because I'm already over 5 minutes. But that's the Caitlin Clark, that WNBA royalty box. And yeah, that could be 5 minutes of today. 4th of July coming up. So maybe I'll squeeze in an extra episode there for you as well, and talk about sort of what's next in the hobby, and what's next for me. You see the market going up. It's a teaser for your episode. Market going up. What do you do? If cards seem too expensive for you, where do you go? Do you wait it out? Are you patient? I'm curious to see what you guys think. That's fun little 5 minutes of hobby, rookie royalty craziness. Man, I'm interested to see how the dust settles on that royalty product over the next couple of weeks. I guess we'll all be able to watch it together. Enjoy the 4th, guys. Take care. Another episode of Hobby with Cage brought to you by Arena Club and Pleaker Trading. And by the way, if you're listening to this and it's the 4th of July, check out Arena Club has a slab pack that is releasing the 4th of July. It's called the Boom Slab Pack. It is all kabooms. You get a kaboom in every pack. Interesting. I mean, for one of the more popular items for everybody except Josh Cardboard Chronicles, you buy a pack. I think they're $1,000. You get a kaboom. Pretty crazy. Talk to you guys soon.